Hi Aries, happy December. I hope you're doing well. Okay, the cards are on the table, but I can already tell we're going to need some clarifiers here. I want to point out, I think it's a great reading for the majority of you. For some of you, I think you've got marriage things going on, but these aren't going to be surprises. They're going to be things you're already aware of, okay? So, we come in with one oracle card of True Love Come to Me. And ironically, for those of you that you've got some healing to do, okay? And we've also got the Harvest card, okay? Now, for some of you, I think you are doing some healing to allow a relationship to come in, okay? For others of you, I think you're on the fence about, is this really true love or am I settling? I think that's a qualm some of you have, okay? Others of you are wanting to go in different directions. Some of you, I think you've got relationships that are, they're more alliances. They're not necessarily romantic relationships, but you're not quite sure if, you know, maybe your company is at a standstill because you need to go in a different direction. It may be just acquiring a different alliance at this point in something in reference to that, okay? Okay, so those are our oracle cards. We come in with the Chariot, okay, and underneath it I can see is the 3 of Coins, and we've got the 10 of Swords, okay? So I think that maybe a way of conversing, a way of talking to other people or yourself, a way of thinking is changing, okay? I think you're seeing things different. I think you're finding a new way of communication, okay? A new way of doing something, a new way of working, getting along with other people, a new way of integrating something here. But the Chariot card is, ironically, it's all of that. It's letting go of things that are no longer serving you, like the self-talk, you know, that I'm not good enough or this or that. For some of you, you're in relationships where something went awry and you're automatically blaming yourself. Why doesn't this person love me? Why did they leave me? Why did they do this to me? Don't assume that it has anything to do with you. People that do things, you know, it's on them. It's not on you. That's, you know, we take the initial hit. Yeah, you know, you take the initial, holy crap, why was I not enough? Why would this happen? People have their own paths. It sometimes doesn't have anything to do with you. You know what I mean? Some of you are going through that. So I think you're really healing here. I think you want a new relationship, but I think you're terrified of getting into that again, that kind of whatever. You know, those are the things that in hindsight, we realize this really had nothing to do with me. But at the time, it kind of stinks, right? For others of you, I think there are relationships in here, like I say, they're not going to be a shock to you that you realize that you're kind of reaping what you've sowed here. I think things like that come home to roost around now. But again, for those of you that you're not aware of this, it has not anything to do with you, okay? I just feel it in here around that Harvest card, oddly. Okay, so we come in with the Chariot card. Okay, we've got the Fool card and the 2 of Wands. Okay, that's great. This is where I think the alliance is coming in, and it might be a new one, okay? Now, what's washing through here, what's coming in from November and washing through, it's going out, okay, is the 5 of Coins. I think the reminder with this card, guys, is that it's temporary, and we don't want to get stuck here with this card because it's just passing through, okay? Where you're anchored is the 6 of Wands, okay? You've got the Judgment card, crowning your reading. You've got the Moon card. For some of you, you're being reminded that you are resilient. So whatever that means. Okay. Now we've got the Hierophant, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Okay. Again, I think some of you are on the fence as far as relationships go. I think some of you have legal matters. They're going to go in your way. I'm not a legal advisor in any way, but I hear that very strong. If you're worried about things, I think some of you are worried that something is going to threaten your security. It's passing. This fear will pass, okay? That's why I say you don't want to get stuck in this energy. This is not an occurrence usually. It's usually us doing this like, oh crap, you know? But you're anchored in the Six of Swords or Six of Wands, okay? That's good news. That's just saying to you that things are going to be fulfilled here. So just be okay with that. Now you've got the Judgment card, okay? This is saying that things will clear out. They'll come to pass. They'll go in your way. Whatever issues you've got going on here, you're going to see resolution to them. Again, if you've got legal issues going on here, those things will go in your favor, okay? For some of you with the Hierophant, I've got to point this out because, and the Queen of Swords showing up here. For some of you, things I think that are, like I say, nothing is going to shock and awe you here, but I think you've got things where you are aware already that things are shaky. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say on that. For others of you, I think you may get proposals here. I think there are relationships here where you may get offers for marriage. I do see that coming in. For some of you, again, you're kind of on the fence about something or people or whatever. There's a real air through here of, should I marry this person? Do I really love them? Or is it that I like my lifestyle with this person? Those are, you know, where you might be on the fence with those kind of things. Okay. Now with the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords here, I think that it's just with this, if you're choosing to make your relationships more harmonious, I think maybe being a little less stuck in your ways for some people, and other people are just a little bit withdrawn, like they're just, you're like ships passing in the night. You may want to address those things, okay? Because again, we have not one cup card in here. We have swords and we have wands, and those are kind of like, they're not, I just don't feel like, I think that there's things that need to be zhuzhed up in here, things that need to be looked at. I think that you want to get a handle. I think this is a perfect harmonious reminder for you, you know, that we reap what we sow. We get out of things what we put into them, right? If there's wounds that need to be addressed, talk them over, you know, get them out on the table. Now would be a perfect time. You've got amazing cards of you know, success and victory and this, you know, it's just sometimes the things that we let pass through become relevant, and they're sitting here. Now we've got the Moon card here. So that's just saying, again, I think that something is threatening your security here. I think some of you might be afraid you're losing jobs. You've got amazing cards here. For some of you that are trying to get pregnant, now might be the time. There might be fertility shows up here in your home arena. For others of you, you're just being reminded that you have families that are rich in love, and to be aware of that. Don't take that for granted, okay? For others of you, I think happiness and wealth, that's where you're at. For others of you, I think you're ironically on the fence, but you can have both. You know, if you're, I see this happen, and I'm pointing this out here to spare you of this, okay? I see this happen over and over and over again, where someone really cared about this person. They just happen to be in another relationship at the moment. You know what I mean? But instead of, you know, going about their life just normally, they were so wanting to not be alone that they married someone that they didn't really care about. They just didn't want to be alone anymore. And then the person that they really wanted, like the next year, gets divorced. You know, that's a kick in that. And I kind of feel that air through here. So my advice to you in this reading is do things that are authentic to you and trust divine timing. Don't get in a relationship with someone that you don't truly care about. There are alliances in here, though, and I feel that business perspectives are on the table. So if you've got something here, like you're worried about something legally, or there can be things with doctors in here too. I see nothing in here that's going to go in a negative way. I think you've got a handle on, and if you don't, I'm giving you the heads up. It's about taking responsibility and driving your life in the direction that it wants. If your relationship is on life support, poke the person and have a conversation. You know what I mean? Or realize that, you know, again, There's no surprises in here. There's a lot of success in here, but you're going to get out of something what you put into it. And that's what I think the harvest is. If you put the work into something, you're absolutely going to get it. For some of you, you've got great financial gain coming in here. For some of you, you might be starting your own companies. For others of you, you're going into business with someone. For others of you, I think you are going to get a proposal in here somewhere for marriage. I think that really some of you, that's what this is. So if you're wondering, you know, when is this coming, it might be a nice holiday surprise for you. Okay. Okay. That's what I've got, guys. I'm going to keep them short. I do want to pull a clarifier though on the Queen of Swords, because she can go very, I mean, I would see that card show up in a reading with no cup cards if there was something awry here. But I think it's more personalities, like we need to change some things. Like maybe I need to loosen up the reins a little bit, and maybe this person needs to pay a bit more attention. I think when we get so set in our ways, it's kind of like drifting apart. You can be sitting on the same couch and be aloof that the person is sitting right next to you. Okay, but true love, come to me. Someone's wanting it. Okay, and for some of you, it's coming here. For some of you, I know you've been struggling with children. That could sit in here too. Okay, for some of you, you're being reminded of a healthy, loving family that you've got. So there you go. Okay, all right, very good. Some of you, this is legal protection. The Queen of Swords, your hopes and fears, you've got protection. And like I said, I knew in here somewhere is where someone is really worried about their security. Okay, you've got protection in here. This could be a lawyer, this could be a doctor, this could be the police, it could be somebody, but you are protected in here. Okay, so there you go. That's in your hopes and fears. Let me see. Let me see what the Moon card is about. I really do think that that's just fear. I do. But not just fear, but... Okay, it is fear because it's telling you to beware. So be smart in this. Some of you, excuse me, some of you are making decisions in here. Be smart about this. With that Page of Swords on the outbound, if you've got... Don't if you are wealthy, you know, and you're in a relationship or you're on the fence about this, maybe the person that you're thinking about marrying, you're on the fence. Does this person really love me, or do they really want me for my money? You might want to think about that. That Page of Swords on the outbound can be someone who would take someone for a ride like that. Okay, so whatever side of the coin you're on here, just be aware of it. But the Chariot coming in is on a good day, but this reading is unbalanced element-wise. You know what I mean? So with the Ten of Swords there, though, you're aware of this. You're very much aware of this. Okay? That's it, guys. You know what? Let me do the Page of Swords. I think it's a great reading, though. I really do. Okay, this is good health. For some of you, like I said, I looked at him and I was getting doctor, whatever. You've got good health here coming in for some of you with that Page of Swords. You may just not see it yet. Okay. Okay, and it might be in reference to a relative. Okay, a relative. That's what I've got, guys. I would say err on the side of positiveness here. If you've got, like I say, I'm not going to beat something to death here. You're all adults, but this speaks of good news, but don't be, with that Queen of Swords, don't be so set in your ways that you're not taking someone else into account here. Okay, that's all I've got to say. If you've got legalities, those most likely go your way. That's what I've got. Health issues also, financial gain also, all in the positive. Okay. Relationships, yes, some of you may get surprises here. Some of you may be getting married. Some of you may be forming alliances with people, financial backers. If you've been looking for financial backing, it's here. Okay. For some of you that have been having an issue with fertility, that also sits in here. It also sits, you know, again, I like that it just says in here too that's, I keep hearing with that really a family rich with love. And that's what that's a passionate, it's a passionate card that's growing and it's vibrant and it's full of life. It's not stagnation. It's a family who knows their, I like to see that. I very rarely get to deliver that. So there you go. Okay. If you want a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Okay.